All right, this video is going to be about wire. This is my favorite wire. It's a good size for these proto boards. It's a 22 gauge wire. It says right here, 22 AWG. What's that stand for? AWG, American Wire Gauge. So the size of the wire, the diameter of the wire is 22 in particular units. The American wire gauge is the one that's normally used in electronics. All right, and so let's talk about American wire gauge. What is that? Okay, and it's a really strange unit. Let me get out, say, something to draw with. Okay, so AWG. Okay, you can have numbers generally between 0 and 36. Those are standard numbers. There are other numbers, but this video we're going to talk about the standard numbers, 0 through 36, okay? And 22 is one of those numbers. 12 gauge wire is like in your house, Romex. 6 gauge wire might be on your dryer or your oven or something like that, really big gauge, right? So the smaller the number, the bigger the wire. And the bigger the number, the smaller the wire. So you can get gauges. So here's a gauge. This is American Standard Wire Gauge. And so there's these little openings. Don't use the holes. You use the width of the openings, right? So here's a wire, okay? And so you come along and you figure out which gap it goes through, right? You know, here's a really big gap. That's 6, right? And you keep going to the gauges so you can't go through them any longer. Okay, so we're going to go through here. 17, it just kind of falls through. 18, it kind of goes in part way, and then 19, it's just won't even go in this little bit. So this is 18 gauge. Okay, it's just starting to go in. So this is 18 gauge wire. So did I video that right? My hand might have been in the way. So yeah, you want to make sure that it goes through the gap like that, right? And this one's just starting to go through, so it's 18 gauge wire. Now, let's take a look at another thing here. It is for non-ferrous metals. What? So it's for non-ferrous metals like copper, okay? What about ferrous metals? Well, what about them, okay? Hey, you need to get another gauge for those. This one is W and M, and I've already forgotten what W and M stands for. All right, W and M is Washburn and Moen. Washburn and Moen. So if you have steel wire, you're going to use this one. You have copper wire, you're going to use this one. And they're almost the same. So let's go down here to the wire here. Okay, so we'll just pick 2 of them. We'll pick ones that photograph well. 5 and 5. Okay, 5 and 5. So they are a little bit different. This one is a little bit wider. Okay, the Moen and Washburn and Moen is a little bit wider than the American Standard. All right. It's just slightly different. Okay, so anyway, I bought this one like at a swap meet, decades and decades ago, thinking it was a wire gauge, and that's all wires are wire gauges. That's all you need. You need 1 wire gauge, but nope, you need like 4 wire gauges. There's other ones besides these 2, which is just totally ridiculous. Anyway, today we're talking about the American Standard Wire Gauge, AWG. All right, so it is defined in a strange way. First of all, they pick the very, very smallest one, which is right here. 36. 36 is that tiny little gap right there, okay? Really tiny little gap, 36. So 36 gauge wire is the smallest, and by definition, it's 0.005 inches, okay? 5/1000th of an inch, okay? By definition. And then everything scales from there, okay? And so everything scales from there. So what does that mean? It means that the diameter okay? The diameter, I should have written this the other way. Let's write this the other way. 0.005 inches equals 36, okay? The diameter of the wire is equal to 0.005. That's our starting point. And then we're going to multiply that by 92, okay? Raised to the power, all right, 36 minus n, okay, divided by 39, okay. We can write that another way, all right. It's 0.005 times the 92 raised to the 36 minus n, and we're going to take the 39th power of that number. Isn't that weird? All right, so let's see if it works, okay? If we put in 1, we put in 36 here. 36 minus 36 is 0. 92 raised to the 0 is 1, and everything is 1, and then it's 0.005. So 36 works. Let's try 20. Let's try 22 gauge, okay? All right, so 0.005, 92 to the 36 minus 22, okay? And they're going to take the 39th power of that, okay? Okay, so we're going to need a calculator. Definitely going to need a calculator. Can't do this in my head. All right, so let's do 36, 22. Okay, so this is 14. So now it's 0.005, 92 to the 14th, okay, the 39th power, okay? So we will take, let's see, where's all my numbers on this calculator here? Let's see, here it is. Whatever x, and there we go. Those are the tunes that I need. Okay, so we're going to take 92, and we're going to raise it to the 14th power. Okay, that's a big number. See how big that number is? That's a big, big number. Now we're going to take the 39th root. Okay, so 39th root is 5.0693, okay? And then we're going to multiply that by 0.005, 0.005 times, and we get 0.0253 inches. That's for 22 gauge wire, okay? Okay, so let's see if that's right. We'll get out our gauge here, okay? And we'll go to 22. So 22 gauge wire. On the flip side, we can read the number. 22 is 0.025, 0.025. Okay? So we calculated it right. Look at this wacko formula. This is totally wacko. Yeah. 92 to the 36 minus n to the 39th power, or 39th root. So if you don't know this type of math, let's explain that. If you didn't get that in school, or you don't remember it from school, okay? If you have some number and you raise it to a power, like you square it, then you put a number there, okay? And a lot of people say, okay, well, square root is this, okay? That's also the same thing as x to the 1/2, okay? Taking this in the numerator, it's a square function. It's a power function. If it's 1 over that, it's a root function, okay? So if you want to do a cube root, okay, you would write cube root of x. That's also equal to x to the 1/3, okay? So you can write it that way. Okay, so that's why I wrote it the way I did, even though my handwriting is terrible. It's 92 to the 36 minus n divided by 39. So and then writing it this way, they bring the 39 with a root sign in it. So it's It's bizarro. It's bizarro. Anyway, look it up if you really care. You will care about the next thing I'm going to talk about, though. So now you can go buy one of these. These are pretty cheap. They're $15, $20, something like that. You can get one of these, all right? But there are some rules of thumb that I'll be honest, I didn't really know about them until I researched this video. And there are these 2 rules of thumb that I find quite interesting, all right? It's actually 3 of them. All right, so we have a cross-section, okay? We're taking the diameter of that in our calculations, but there's a cross section. There's the area of that circle. That's the cross section, okay? If you have stranded wire, you say, hey, what about the stranded wire? What if you have 22 gauge stranded wire? Stranded wire has the same cross section. If you add up all of the cross sections of all those individual wires, they will equal to the same area as a solid 22. So that's the way that works. Okay, but if we find a wire, okay, let's draw a wire over here, and its cross-section is double the area, okay? This cross-section is double that cross-section, okay? And then the AWG of this one and the AWG of that one, okay, you're going to take, and this will be 3 more, plus 3. So if this one was 12 gauge, this one is 15 gauge. You add 3. That's pretty amazing, okay? So that's factoid number 1, that if the area is half, you add 3, okay? Remember, bigger numbers are smaller. So that's one fact. That's pretty cool. The next one is, if we do the same thing, but we do it with diameters, okay? So we have this diameter, okay? And we double that diameter, okay? It's like 2 of those, right? Double the diameter, okay? The AWG, it's plus 6. Okay? And that's because the area is a square function, and so you get an extra 2. So it used to be 3, but there's a square function, so now it's 6. So that's the way that works. So if the diameter increases by 2, or decreases by 2, the AWG goes up by 6. If the area goes up by 2, then the AWG goes up by 3. So those are the 2 things. Now there's one more that's kind of interesting, and that is a length of wire. Okay, so we have a length of wire. Okay, and usually these wires will have resistance per 1,000 feet. Okay, so if we have 1 over 1,000 feet, right? 1 ohm per 1,000 feet is a 10 gauge wire. AWG, okay? 10 ohms per 1,000 feet is 20 AG. And 100 ohms per 1,000 feet is what? That's right, 30 AG. 30 AWG. So that's pretty cool. 1 over 1,000 is 10. So if you immediately know, oh, I've got 22 gauge wire, it's a little bit more than 10 ohms per 1,000 feet. So yeah, interesting. Anyhow, I'm sorry about my handwriting. It'd be nice if I had graphics, right? And then that would make me take more time. American Standard. Then there's some other weird ones for ferrous and for piano wire, hypodermic needles. There's all kinds of weird. But you can't use these for. You can get gauges that look just like this for sheet metal, but that's a different number. So anyway, There you go.